Alright everybody, welcome to my stream. This. Still working on recovery from my sickness, of course, but I don't know. I have kind of ups and downs. Some parts I feel better than others. Last night I wasn't feeling as good. Today I'm feeling better, so let's actually I was listening last time and the music was awfully quiet. Even though on this menu it's really loud, the music last time was very quiet. So let's do that. That's fine. We'll default to it. Game? No. What is it? Oh, done. Right. I was like, wait, what? Okay. I believe our current quest is, well, let's just look. It's to recover the nod fragment. It's the Cappadocians. We're going to go invade the Cappadocians Monastery, basically. The nod fragment. Alright. Yeah, see, you no longer have faith as one of your attributes or as your one of your statuses. You instead have a blood pool. So there's kind of no point in increasing faith before because Cristof was going to be embraced. So, but in order to do that, we need to go rest. His new place to rest. Well, I think Wilhelm tells you. But I don't think there's any more to say, right? We finished conversation last time, I think.
Do not disobey me, child.
Learn thy lessons well.
Alright. Yeah, and I believe there's nothing in here. This is all just scenery. Pretty sure. They're kind of the way it works in this game overall seems to be basically that there are areas like this that pretty much have nothing to gain, nothing to get. There are exceptions though, so you have to be careful because there's some places where you will want certain items, but overall.
Ekaterina is a scholar, not a warrior born. She would keep her fledglings studying vampire lore in her nest till Gehenna comes, and never hurl them from the nest to test their wings. But I cannot spend hours debating Cainite wisdom in a university. Give me a stout broadsword in my hand, and the sweet taste of my foe's blood on my tongue, and I have all the wisdom I need. And I suspect thou art akin to me.
I am not akin to thee, blood guzzler. I strike only those that deserve my steel. I do not murder the innocents to gorge on their blood.
Thou shalt feed upon blood, or thou shalt die. But thou need not kill to do so. Drink only so much blood as will sustain thee. Suffer thy prey to live on, for to kill during the feeding is to violate our Promethean ethic. And that way lies the beast.
The beast?
A beast born of Cain's sin doth coil within thy breast, Cristof. Keep it at bay, or be lost forever. Acts of cruelty unleash that beast until it rules thee, as it rules many of Azra's kin.
The beast made them madmen?
Nay, the mad vampires are called Malkavian. Shouldst thou meet one, God help thee. Shouldst thou need his assistance, God cannot help thee. Nay, the beast is not mere madness, but demonic possession by the curse of Cain. We Prometheans are wayfarers in the land of the beast, but we stray not from the road of humanity, the Via Humanitas. By our acts of compassion are we saved from the jaws of the beast. Remember this always, or be devoured from within.
This is a very important point. So it basically teaches you about humanity. So if you go here, you have your humanity level here. Currently, it's 70 of 100. I think in part because Cristof is relatively judgmental, assumes all vampires are evil, for example. So he kind of isn't perfect human yet. He's also a fledgling, so he's like barely started as a vampire. If you do certain things, you make certain choices, there are dialogue options, right? You've seen already. If you make certain choices, that can lower your humanity. If you, like Wilhelm warns, if you bleed somebody until they die to refresh your blood, that can destroy your humanity as well. So we want down here. And over here.
Thou hast life everlasting, so long as thou keepest thy pallid flesh hidden from the sun's hateful rays. The life-giving sun only brings death to the likes of us. Each day we must retreat to our haven in the chambers below the university.
Yeah, so down here. And then this, University Haven, this is our new place to rest. And like I said before, there are a lot of these places where there isn't anything. There isn't. This is just, we go down. And now, our vault is here instead, and we rest here. So, more things kind of to get rid of. You can still, as a vampire, stake another vampire, by the way. It's not prevented. It's just a little weird to do it, but, I mean, you know. Let's see. Rapier versus... So 35, 15, 99. It's not as accurate, but it does more, a lot more damage. 10 more damage, same speed. I'm actually going to keep these because I want to sell them, I think. I don't think I want any of these. 35, 10, 90, 35, 15, 99. Yeah, I think even... Possibly even this... The thing is, it's been so long, I can't remember. I feel like there's a difference in... bashing versus lethal. So let's do this. You can use these rats to recharge your blood. They have 10 blood each. So not bad. Rats you can kill actually when you suck them dry. It's just humans you're not allowed to, right? So okay. So these now we no longer can use. They're non-kindred only. So we might as well sell these. Sell these to the witch. Okay. Try to see how I'm gonna best get maximum use out of my slots here. Let's leave some of these. A couple of these. We get 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that'll get these 3. You still come back and sell again. We can still sell to the weaponsmith as well, I believe. So, yeah, I think so. Okay, let's rest to level up some. You cannot increase any of these stats. They are what they are. Well, I think, if I remember right, health increases automatically by level, I think. But your blood pool, well, your blood pool might also increase on its own. I don't know. I don't remember if your blood increases. But there's no way to manually increase any of these. Frenzy, so when you take too much damage all at the same time, either in a single blow or just over and over and over again. There are also some spells or disciplines that can increase it. Once Frenzy maximizes or at least gets really high, then you basically just go in a rage and you have no control over your character. So your character starts doing weird stuff. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's really not good. So I try to avoid Frenzy at all costs just so I have more control. You can play however you want, of course. Then this is your humanity. And this is only increased or decreased by choices you make, whether you suck somebody dry or you make particular dialogue choices in the game. Alright, and these are the disciplines. So feed. This is not just draining people, and that's what it is, but the more levels in this you have, the more efficiently, the more quickly you drain from them. And so that's obviously means you don't have to suck them, get as close to killing them as you do at first as well. Like right now, I think I have to drain, I think just 2, but I'm gonna have to drain 2 different people to replenish my blood from 30 to 80. When this is all the way up, I wouldn't even have to drain half of 1, I think. So all these things, these are all blood disciplines. So basically you can heal, increase your strength or increase your dexterity, of course. So these work on so dexterity are like dexterity skills, right? We'll increase those. Anyway, celerity, this increases your speed of movement as well as attack. A lot of attack speed, actually. So you end up going like boom, 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 boom if you're fighting with your hands. Potence is how much damage you do when you strike. Awe basically can, kind of, it says charms the target. So basically they slowly start approaching you, which is helpful, especially with humans. If they get scared and they start to run, if you use awe, then they'll come to you anyway, and then you can start sucking their blood as well. And this can make them flee, obviously, as well. You have minimum attribute values on the skills, so you can tell what you need if you can't use it yet. I think I'm going to increase I can't use this yet, and it's because I don't have applied anything yet, right? Yeah, there you go. Now, and then as you do that, then you gain an extra, so there's that as well. Not sure. I think I want to go with celerity. Increase it that way. And then I think it's so charisma affects these. I think if I remember right, manipulation affects certain kind of force effects on people, I think. So let's do, you can kind of force people to your will. Although you have to be careful on dialogue choices because that can decrease your humanity as well. There are 3 different endings to the game. One where you have humanity that is, I think it's 60 and higher. Maybe it's 70 and higher. I think it's 60 and higher. Then you have one ending. If you have 50 humanity, then there's another one, like a neutral ending. And then if you have below 50, then there's an evil ending. Maybe it's below 40. Anyway, and the 3 different endings are all by the end of the game. So you can do things if you decrease your humanity accidentally, you can increase them again through choices later, or vice versa. Well, I don't know. I think I'm going to save the rest of this for now. Because it'd really be nice to increase my ability when I feed, too. But this is important for faster attacking, so stuff. It's 1312 though, so I need another 1,000 experience now. That's fine. We'll do it. Okay. And then he has no experience to spend currently. But these are some of his skills. So he has the same standard here, and celerity, and potence. He has, these are protean, which is kind of like nature-based skills. So he gets Eyes of the Beast, where he can see things more clearly, like perceive things, catch someone coming, stuff like that. These allow his fingers to turn into claws. And you do a crap, especially if this increases, you do so much damage using your claws. I love using claws with him usually. And then Earth Meld, where he can go like sink into the wall or sink into the ground, and then he basically can do that to escape an enemy temporarily and then come back out of the ground later. And then this may be useful if you're fighting a boss or something. And then he has these same two also. Anyway, okay, so he's done. So now just verify that he indeed has 2 levels of celerity. Okay. Yeah, so we are now for sure going to need to... Oh, there is this, I forgot. Oh no, there's not. I thought you could pick that up. Can you not? Okay. Anyway. You're gonna have to suck some people dry. Especially if you heal yourself because you're damaged. Also, realize when you initially wake up, he talks about how hungry he is and how thirsty he is. It's not just role-playing. He's at 30 out of 80 blood. I mean, he's pretty low, so... Alright. I don't remember if some of these barrels respawn, actually. We'll grab this rat. Rats mostly become useless later, but in the beginning stages of the game, rats are really helpful for replenishing your blood.
To the abyss with thee.
Rags. Yeah, this is a problem, right? Because I need to sell first. So I have room for all this. So let's do this first. Let's go. Where are we? I want to go. The weaponsmith is over this way, right? Yep, right here. Well, that's the inn. It's close though, right? It's by the stable where the horse is, which is... Oh yeah, we visit the monastery also. Let's do that now. Unless it bars us, I can't remember. Locked, yeah. Both those are locked. There is a point where we talk to Inezka again, but not yet. Since it's been a while, I couldn't remember if it was now or later. Alright, so there's this inn. We want this way. You gotta be careful, because you can click on these people to feed. But if you do it while somebody else is watching, they're going to scream and guards are going to come and it's not going to be a good time for you, so. There we go. Now we'll go back to... He doesn't actually care that you're a vampire. I mean, he's a little sad, but...
Good day to ye, young sir.
Or maybe he's not. I thought he had a dialogue. Okay, it's been a while. Sell this. I know the witch for sure has dialogue saying how sorry she is. I don't tend to keep stakes in this game. I tend to either rely on just attack strategies or on disciplines that can stun your enemy rather than using a stake to do so. I feel like the stake is more of a human thing, so I don't generally keep those. So let's do that.
Good day to ye.
So let's go back out. Go get the rags we picked up. It's gonna be... yeah, this way. Nope, not this way, but there's a rat. Let's grab a couple of rats. Okay. It is... I always get turned around this game. This has never changed. Not there. Over here. I've played this game like 4 or 5 times in the past with using different disciplines and stuff as you go, and I always still get turned around. Alright, so over here, and it was this way, right? I believe. Okay, so we're gonna feed on her. Nope, not yet. The guard's there. Crapo. I wanted to feed on her, but the guard's right there. Where's... oh, here are the rags. Okay, grab these. Fortunately, this game, I believe... I don't remember this despawning anything ever. So once you've found some treasure, it's pretty much always there. Yeah. Could do this. I don't know. I feel like let's not do it while the old man is watching. And there's a guard there. So probably good that I did not do it anyway. Okay, now he's going away. Is she looking? No, she's not. Who's over this way? I think we're okay to do it. Oh, no. What? Oh. Stop. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Alright. Reload. I always forget it's right click. Oh, dang it. I forgot. It's right click.
Is a scholar.
Right click is for drinking. I don't know why I friggin' left clicked. So amateur.
Thou hast...
okay. Go down here. On the plus side, I know what I'm going to do, so it won't take as long. I should have saved just in case, because... alright. Piece of crap. Alright. Grab all these again. Do it like this. Oops. This, I should say. Yeah, okay, let's do this. I don't think you really need these right now. The Prometheans we're going against, I don't believe they use any disease or anything like that, so... can't really use the others anyway. Alright, I'll grab one of these. Okay, these do still apply even though you're a vampire. So, hey Alex, what's going on, man? Been a long time since I played this game. Okay, so I'll make mistakes like I just did. Okay, we're increasing celerity and we're done. Okay, so now let's leave again. Up, out, get. Okay. All right, let's go again. So now, okay, hang on. So if I do save, okay, and now if I go like this, oh, I have to, I forgot, I had to select that. Oh, dang it. So now, I always think it's selected by default for some reason. Good. Oh, we can't fit the rats actually right now. Let's just go to the blacksmith for now. We'll sell our stuff. We can grab more rats. Because the treasure you get is randomized also, that those rags will not necessarily be in that barrel that I smashed before. Get rid of all those. Yep.
Good day to ye.
Good day to ye. Okay, go out of here. And normally, oh, crap. Crap. Crap, 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 crap. So did you notice what happened there? So because I got caught, Wilhelm used... Yeah, this is an old game. This is from 1999. Maybe 2000, actually. I think it's 2000. Because I got caught, basically, Wilhelm used a discipline fear, I think it was, on the guard, and the guard ran away. So the guard now is basically, that saw us, has basically completely forgotten what we were doing. So he's not there anymore. 51. See, we sucked for that long was all, and we're at 51 blood. So, yeah. Stuff. Now you can also suck on the knights here, potentially. You just have to get behind them. And then make sure nobody else is looking, and then you can do this. Sometimes it doesn't work. Now, their blood is in the upper left there, so you have to be careful and kind of watch this. Make sure they don't die. Okay, we're at 80 blood now, so... And now...
Who goes there?
He doesn't really... Once they've been sucked, they're kind of disoriented. They don't really know what's going on. So if you can do it, this is why, so if, as long as nobody else is watching you, as long as you keep trying, and you eventually start sucking their blood, you're gonna, I mean, well... So you can keep trying again and again and again until you can grab them. Once you grab them and start sucking their blood, it's fine as long as nobody else is watching. I guess that's what I really meant to say. So, okay, and then we have these rats, of course, to add to our blood pool later. But now, I forgot he wasn't 100, he's only 80 blood. But so now his blood is maximized. So he's fine. Now, we're fairly damaged. So we want to do this to heal ourselves. And now, 59, 79, 99. But we had to spend blood to do it, so now we're down a little bit of blood again. So I will try to find somebody else, and we'll bleed them. Yeah, I already went. Yeah, that's where he is. Okay. Oh, here we go. As long as there's nobody watching, that is. Oh, crap. Yeah. We're at 75 blood. That's probably about as good as we're going to get right now. Yeah, you're a vampire. You start out as a crusader, a holy knight, but it's not very long before you're embraced and turned into a vampire, so... Yeah, so awe and or fear really is always a quick way to get out of a bad situation like that. There were some barrels from before that we didn't bust, right? I think so. So once again, you do not lose humanity provided that you do not kill somebody while you're feeding on them. Alright, let's not, we won't worry about feeding. We're close enough. Close enough to full blood. I won't worry about... Okay, rusty dagger. Now let's go back down here and grab our other items, and we'll sell them at the blacksmith really fast. Then we'll go to Judith Bridge. We'll sell our other miscellaneous stuff. And then we will actually get on the mission. No, what? I swear I clicked this, but maybe it moved the last second. Oh yeah, have you heard of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines? That's the follow-up to this, the sequel. No, well, not sequel. It's not a sequel in a standard sense. It doesn't have anything to do with the storyline. It's just another game that was done later, like 2003, 2004? I think it was 2004, like 4 years later. So, okay, so I do want to keep this. And this. Okay, sell all this stuff that I really am not going to use now. Mostly in this game, you're a vampire fighting other vampires. Mostly. You do fight some humans sometimes too. Oh, and obviously at the very beginning of the game, you're a human fighting vampires. But other than that, okay, so let's... yeah, we want to go back here really fast. Sell the one weapon thing that's on us. Which is... no. This way? Yeah, that's right. And then here. Alright. You cannot attack him. Which is good because you need him for selling stuff anyway. So, not that. This, yes.
Okay. You have my hand on it. Tis a deal.
Like I said, I thought he had dialogue, but I guess maybe he just doesn't notice that you're changed. Because generally you can only visit him at night anyway. Because you can't come out in the daylight, obviously. So, yeah. There we go. This is the one, the St. Judith Bridge. I thought it was close by. Alright.
I grow faint.
The hunger overcomes thee. The beast strengthens as thou weaken from lack of blood. Canst thou feel him uncoiling in thy heart? Thou must feed.
Feed or die, Cristof, for I shall kill thee before I let the beast claim thee.
Except I've already friggin' whatever. I'm at 75 blood, dumb. It's a role-playing thing, but it like automatically happens. And they give you, well, I guess since I'm here, I can do this for the last like 5 blood I need.
Alas, I am cursed to prey on the living.
There we go. Now I'm at 80.
Only what thou needs, Cristof, no more. Behold, his wound vanishes. Monsieur shouldn't drink so much wine, eh, Cristof? Do not worry, he'll wake up and know nothing of what has happened. Most mortals find great pleasure in the dark kiss. Ekaterina tells us that in Carthage, the mortals happily submitted to it.
Carthage, in case you're not aware, is their golden age city of lore, or city of yore, of olden times. Some tea and hot cereal, because I got up and didn't feel great. Alright. Excuse me.
These powers tempt me to dark acts. How easily could I rain devastation on all who vex me?
Thy fear and thy power conspire to make of thee a beast. Seek thee an anchor for thy humanity, a rock to cling to when storms come.
Anezka.
Love for a mortal is the most dangerous of all anchors.
I must see Anezka.
That is most unwise. The cheerful world of daylight is lost to thee.
I must see her again, just to look upon her for a moment.
Ekaterina would not be pleased. Oh, very well. Shouldst thou display valor on our mission this night, I shall take thee to the convent, but only for a moment to glimpse her as she sleeps. Now come, our mission lies ahead.
Okay, so we want to go this way, but first we're going to go here so we can sell our, like, alchemical items, basically, in Unora's shop.
Hello, young one. What is it you... But hold. You do look so strangely. Ah, they have hurt you. The Canaanites have taken ye for their own. Oh, my poor boy. But fear not. Unorna neither fears ye nor casts ye out. I'll help ye, if I can.
Unorna. So the guy with me, his name is Wilhelm. He's a warrior who's been a vampire for a long time. So because you're new, he's your fighting companion because you're both warriors. And he is going to teach you how to be a warrior vampire rather than succumb and become a beast. You and he are both part of the Bruja clan. Most Bruja or Bruja, but I've always heard Bruja in the past. Most Bruja are scholars, like well-studied and very wise and philosophical, but lately they've lost several of those Bruja and have only gained more and more of the warrior types. So, and you'll see later in the game, there's been a change in the Bruja clan and their attitudes toward things. But for now, they're philosophers and you're a warrior and Wilhelm's a warrior. Since you're not philosophers, Wilhelm is kind of with you as your companion to help you learn how to be a warrior while still also being a Bruja vampire. So, kind of cool. So no point in these. These are so kindred. Kindred is their word for vampire. So non-kindred only means that it's human. So you're not human anymore. So you can't actually use these. The red name of the item means it's unusable by you. So you there's no point to keeping these. You meet other humans, but you don't ever have any other human companions with you the rest of the game. And there also are no NPC humans that you're going to give these to. So there's no point in keeping them. So, and I think that's it. We'll keep all the rats. They're useful. Now, there are some things here. Yeah, of course. Excuse me. There are some things here you can look at as well, though. So there's a blood pouch. So see how the rats give you 10 blood. This gives you 25 blood, so it's more efficient, of course. And there are 5 charges. So this is 125 blood over time. Each time you use it, you get 25 blood. So these are scrolls. You can use these. I think they still use blood. I can't remember, actually, if scrolls use blood. No, I actually don't think they do. But anyway, whether they use blood or not, like most of your disciplines will use blood they'll require blood to use. Like here, you can see blood 5 to heal yourself. I don't think the scrolls require blood, but even if they do, the nice thing with scrolls is that you can use a power, like a discipline, that is not one you've learned. You could just, so that's nice. Now, I don't know what this one actually does. I don't remember Black Death. That's a discipline I never used, so I don't remember now. At least I don't think so. Quell the Beast is if you start getting frenzy, or if one of your companions, I should say, starts getting frenzy. Either one, I think. You can use it to lower the frenzy level. Yours for sure. Cloak the Gathering. The Gathering is your party. So Cloak the Gathering lets you kind of make it harder to find you guys. Stuff like this. Anyway, Shambling Hordes are summoning like undead, like skeletons. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, some of these are really nice. Like Giant's Blood. If I remember right, makes you like super intelligent. Or super strong, I mean. Temporarily. Not for a really long time, but temporarily. Anyway, for a lot of these, though, unless you're going to just get a bottle of Vitae or something, or maybe the blood pouch. Otherwise, though, for a lot of these, I would just say hang on to your money. In fact, at this point, I generally do. You're going to find bottles of Vitae and stuff like that as you go around anyway. And we found rats in town, so we have a replenishing blood already. So I would say don't worry about spending your money on that. And these scrolls, you can already do plenty. How you are. Like awe, right? Makes targets go toward you, which includes other vampires. So you can use awe on a vampire, they come toward you, and then because they're all like kind of charmed, you can start sucking their blood. And a vampire, unlike a human, you can suck them till they die and you don't lose any humanity. You just can't suck a human till they die. So I think that's it for here.
Go with God, young one.
Alright, thank you. Unorna. Okay. I always want to say Unorna, but she calls herself Unorna, so anyway. Alright, so we'll go this way. The Cappadocians are the closest to religious vampires. They basically are former monks from like the Catholic Church who have been turned into vampires. So...
Behold Petrin Monastery, haven of the Cappadocian vampires in Prague.
The monks are vampires?
Nay, the Cappadocians lurk in the desecrated crypts below the monastery, out of sight of the monks who provide them with fresh blood. Only those monks that serve Garanal know the real master of the monastery.
Yeah. So you have these normal monks, which are fine. You're going to easily distinguish between normal monks and the Cappadocians. The Cappadocians, I don't believe there's anything out here to get. I'm just doing this while I talk. The Cappadocians, because you're a vampire from a different clan and you're invading their territory, they will automatically attack you. So because they're just going to attack you, the monks are peaceful. Clearly, you can see how this is.
What is our mission?
Gonna work out.
A mission of misfortune. Wise and noble Garanol is friend and ally to Ekaterina. I take no pleasure in storming his home, but Ekaterina has divined that the Cappadocians have stolen from her. We seek to retrieve a precious fragment of the Book of Nod, the wisdom of the ancient Canaanites.
Why would Garanol steal from her?
We know not. Until we learn all, we cannot let them know we serve Ekaterina.
It's very interesting. As you learn more about the lore in this game. See, on this level, I don't remember if this level actually has. I think they do. I think they have some Cappadocians, but not many. You don't really get to the Cappadocians until later on. But anyway, it is interesting that the lore of what happened to the Cappadocians and everything. But rather than get into it all right now, I'll talk about it after we finish this mission. For now, diamonds, I mean, you get, they have a lot of riches. I mean, it's the Catholic Church in the Middle Ages, so obviously they had a lot of wealth. No need to suck any of these guys. They... Now here's Cappadocian. He resisted. Oh no, he didn't. Okay. Alright, let's just do this. There we go. We just suck him until he dies, basically. And then we don't have to worry about we don't have to worry about him anymore as an enemy. This is an easy way to deal with him. You can also just attack, obviously, with your weapon. and of course, when you're stronger. Yeah, and see, he ignores, because Wilhelm used that, he ignores the fact that we just sucked one of his brothers dry. We're at 63 health. 83. Alright, we're at 100 now. And 70 blood, yeah. Okay, let's see. I think there's one more. I think, yeah, this also. He resisted. Alright, now. We'll suck him until he dies as well. I rely on this. I use this method actually a fair amount overall, but I don't just rely on this method for the game or anything. But when you're early on, this is a nice way to be able to handle it. You just don't worry about actual fighting because you take. I mean, you could still do it, of course, but you take a lot of damage. It's nicer if you don't have to take as much damage. Now we gained this, so this is resistance to fire, electrical, and bash. Okay, so lethal is cutting, bashing is blunt, aggravated is when you take a lot of damage at once, right? That's part of your, what'll increase your frenzy potentially. And then fired electrical, so you have these different, if you go here, You have these different, so fire, electrical, sun, faith. If like a priest uses faith on you, it can hurt you, and then cold. So these are resistances to all of those. And then of course, like I said, aggravated is when you potentially get frenzy or something. So this 10 10 10, this is the same on resistances. Well, no. So this is 10 aggravated and then 15 lethal, 10 bashing, so you gain 5 lethal. Otherwise it's the same, except you also gain fire and electrical, so this is definitely better. Now if we go to Wilhelm, he has nothing. So let's give him this. Now he has some armor. I am surprised he didn't have that equipped. I don't really use bows in this game. You can. I never really do. I find they're too slow, and vampire disciplines pretty much are far superior to the others anyway. Scrolls of Awaken are if one of your companions has been knocked out, you can basically raise them from the dead. They rise up and then they can be back in the fight. Blood healing, and then don't know why he doesn't have. He doesn't have feed. It's so weird. Hang on. There. Let's give him feed. So he can, you know, feed. Okay. Anyway. I believe that's everything. Yeah. Since weapons and armor generally take 6 slots, we'll leave them up there. There's no weight limit in this, but you do have this limit here. So this was kind of a normal thing in the late 90s, early 2000s to have this kind of an inventory thing. Yeah, they're not really. No, this game did not really. There are I guess the big thing in this game is not the battles having a lot of exciting maneuvers and stuff, like special moves and stuff. It's more that you can use different vampire disciplines to do different things. And obviously as you progress in the game, you get more disciplines. So disciplines are skills like these. You get more of these kinds of things that allow you to do more. And so that actually becomes...
The Cappadocians are a strange clan, Cristof. They seek to understand death and the secrets of the grave. Prepare thyself. Their halls are guarded by the walking dead.
The stench of death taints this holy place.
'Tis fitting for the clan of death.
To the abyss with thee!
Yeah, I believe Wilhelm has 120 health, so he's barely even damaged. Alright.
Thy mind is troubled. Let us soothe the tumult in thy mind with the comfort.
That's one thing with this is, like, you have to rotate around so much you get.
To the abyss with thee!
Apparently no blood sucking today. Okay, and then this is a zombie. As you can see, they, working with the dead, they summon the dead. So, sometimes it's disturbing like that. We actually see a friggin' zombie wandering around. And Scroll of Awaken. Very nice. I'll keep this one on Cristof.
My canine brothers. The oblivion thou seeks is upon thee.
Just suck him dry. Yeah, this also because you're starting at the very beginning of the game. These vampires aren't going to use all that many disciplines. The more far along you get in the game, the farther along, you see more and more of the kinds of disciplines that can get used. Later on, it gets kind of tricky because you end up with 4 members in your party down here in your gathering, and unless you have them on specific AI, it becomes kind of tricky. Skeleton. Ow. Ow. Let's do this. Celerity. Oh no, that's not where that.
Alas, I am cursed to prey on the living.
No feeding. Alright.
To the abyss.
Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes Wilhelm friggin' kills. Let's see if there is. Oh wow, I don't think they're these barrels. Yeah. You know, because it's super common for people to store coins in a barrel like this. Yeah, there's one problem you end up with later is sometimes the rats will run away. They know you're gonna use them to suck life out of them, and they don't like it, so they try to flee. Now I'm 65 blood. My inventory is getting kind of full, so we're just gonna use some of these. I should have 75. I should have started. Well, whatever. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting he only has 80. So I just wasted a couple of rats. Well, whatever. All right. This. We'll replace that. Yep. That's locked for now. Sometimes you can just use all like that to keep them from attacking for a bit, so you don't get overwhelmed as much. Yeah, here. It tells you if they resist the discipline too, and you don't get the yellow ring. You get the yellow ring now there. Alright, just sucker dry, what? Doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah, seriously. It's totally fine to kill. It's very strange because for all of their philosophy and everything, where they claim, you know, oh, it's important not to kill people and stuff, They sure have no problem killing each other. I mean, Wilhelm does say he takes no pleasure in it and stuff, but I'm just like, well, but nobody who said you liked it, but the fact that you're doing it's probably still wrong, right? It's funny. Well, it's the way the story goes, so. And, you know, it's a role-playing game. Role-playing games tend to do this kind of thing. They turn you into a thief or a murderer or whatever, so. Kind of the way it is. Bracelet. So there are, like you would suspect or expect, there are some items like bracelets that do special things, but I believe the one we picked up is just for money. I don't think... Well, we found the leather armor. I don't think you find a lot. Oh my gosh, get out of the way. That's one problem with the AI here. Go here! Holy crap, why is that difficult? I don't think you find a lot of special items in here. There might be something else beyond just the leather armor, but like, for example, if we go here, just a bracelet. Well, it increases your appearance, but it has to go on your hand slot. Yeah, that's not useful when you're fighting, right? You want something more protection. I guess you could trade this out so that you could get a maybe better overall ability with appearance or something. Generally, I don't do that. All right, anyway. All right, Wilhelm, this way. This way, brah, this way. Got a corpse minion, a couple of them, which are just another way of saying zombies, basically, and 2 zombu. They're the same. Their stats might be a little bit different, actually. I'm not positive, but they're basically just undead minions. However, not actually. There's a reason I'm using this scimitar now. When it hits, it does quite a bit of damage to stuff like that. They grab me, oh, I'll grab you, sucker. How's your blood? Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, hang on. Let's do this. You do aw. Aw. There we go. And feed. You're getting low too, so let's have you feed. He has like 100 blood or something. 2, 108, 111. Holy crap! I didn't remember he had that much blood. How much blood do you have? Oh, 120. Right, but Cristof, well, he has 80. Okay. All right. So you can do this to switch the characters, which character you're actively playing. You have different types of AI you can set them to as well, which will then obviously dictate their behavior when you're not actively using that character. So let's see, I'll show you here in a sec. Buckler, give to Wilhelm. More disease vaccine, which is nice, and then just the rubies, and that's it. Then there's this as well. Opens another way to go. Okay, so let's do this. Let me give this to Wilhelm. Oh, but that's two-handed, that's right. Yeah, I don't really like him using the halberd overall, but in fact, let me do this. I'll give him this. It's not as much damage, obviously, but it's not a lot less. And it does mean that he can now have a shield, so he won't take as much damage. So, is that really? I trade a couple of these as well. I like to have one of these scrolls of awaken or whatever it's called, on the hotbar here. So because if somebody goes down, you usually want to get them back in the fight as fast as possible, right? All right, and then you. I'm going to give you a couple of rats also. Take a couple of my rats. I believe. Oh yeah, here, have a disease vaccine also. I think that's it though. All right, good enough. And I don't remember where it opens for this one. Now that I did that, where has opened up? Is it over? Ah, it's down here. Yeah, this was a wall before, I believe. All right. So we'll every like ish half a level, I plan to save it just so that in case I die, I don't have to reload. I generally don't have problems dying in this game, though. I mean, there are some cases.
Thou dost fight thy allies with great zeal, Wilhelm.
I take no pleasure in it. I just do what must be done. The only one I will not fight is Gameranx, the leader of the Cappadocians. I chose to strike this night because Gameranx and his assistant Serena have an audience with the Cainite Prince of Prague, Rudolf Brandl, and will not be here.
I did awe on her so she wouldn't run. Sometimes it's annoying they run away. When the very first mission in this game, when you're a human still, you're going into some silver mines to try to defeat a vampire threat. And the rats, especially, if you injure them enough but haven't killed them, they'll run, and it's really hard to catch up with them unless you can corner them somehow. The awe discipline, one advantage of that is if it succeeds and they don't resist, they'll walk back toward you, and that can mean that, you know, you can basically kill them more easily. Now, if you attack somebody you've already used awe on, obviously they will stop being charmed. But
To the abyss with thee.
if you're worried that you can't kill them quickly, you're thinking, well, crap, if they're just going to run again. One thing you can try is... Did nothing come out of this? Oh, man, rip off. Anyway, one thing you can try is just feeding on them. Once you grab them and they just stick, then you can... I mean, it takes longer, but then you can just bleed them till they're dry. You don't have to worry about it, so... Blood 66? Oh. Crappo. Okay, we're going to... Next time there's a Cappadocian, we are going to totally... Let's do this, actually. I will do this. Get ready with this. I think over here, there'll be a Cappadocian. Just zombie. Okay. Well, no Cappadocians in here. It's been a while, so I can't remember where exactly all the Cappadocians are. All right, well, I might just have to use one of the bottles of Vitae rather than sucking on a Cappadocian. This is what I meant, though. Like with buying these, you find so many of them. It's like, unless you just really are having a hard time. Like, unless Unless you just have had a really hard time, and you've taken crap tons of damage, so you had to heal, but now your blood is all depleted. Or if you're fighting a boss. Otherwise, generally, you don't need to be sucking down bottles of VtM. So we'll heal. You're what, 120, right? Oh, no, are you? No, there you go, 120, right? Yeah, and that's your max, I believe, yeah. So then blood. We'll drink one of these, or a couple of these. There we go. Okay, good enough, I think, for now. How damage did he get? Like not. Like it did almost no damage. Oh, well, we took actually a bit. Like 101, or not 101, like 21 from the arrows. So pretty much we were taking all the damage from the arrows. Got it. Yeah. So my plan is I'm going to charm the next Cappadocian we find and suck him dry if possible. And then get him back up to full blood. Cristof is low on blood too. Holy crap, what the... Seriously? You're close enough in blood. Holy crap, oh dude. What the... The AI in this sometimes, it uses blood like for celerity and stuff that I would never bother using. Yeah, he has remarks to say and advice to give every so often in the game. You'll have conversations when you get certain important points in the game, and then he helps you to fight, of course, as well. Yeah, I mean, really, the whole point of his going with you. Well, it's both. It helps you to fight, of course. But then, really, probably the main point of him in the game is to give you training in how to be a vampire. Resisted. There we go. Now come toward me. Come toward me. What? That didn't last very long. What's my blood now? Well, I don't have a lot of blood left. This is bad. Come toward me, please.
More dark worship. Is there no end to the vampiric taste for blasphemy?
Gameranx celebrates the transfiguration of death, but I do not share his fondness for the grave. I have died once to become a Cainite, and do not seek to die again.
Oh, dang it. So I just wasted. You piece of junk. Do this. I don't understand. Well, he resists now. But, come on. I'm gonna run out of blood here.
I am weak with lack of precious blood.
Die, rat.
To the abyss with thee.
There we go. Still regain blood. Oh, he leveled. So he automatically gets the blood. Yep. So we'll heal up here in a second. Because he's damaged. Heal. What's his new max health? 120. Just so that he's at max health blood. So his blood will be back up. His health is not awesome. So we're going to have you heal. Alright, so you're not too bad on blood either. I mean, you're a little over 50%. Not awful. Alright, whatever. Next one, yeah. Wow, the monk be like, hey, we vampire too. It's the Cappadocian clan. That's kind of their thing.
To the abyss with
Yeah, but like, all the monks in the city? No, the ones on the first level were. Right, but like, all the other monks? Well, a lot of them, yeah. That's actually kind of a thing. I don't exactly know how it... I don't remember how it works in Cappadocians when they did their embrace of monks. But I feel like they... Basically, so Cappadocius, leader of the Cappadocians, originally, he only embraced those... No, stop. No. Grab him. Grab him. There we go. Get his blood, because he's like down a lot of blood. He goes to 120. Anyway, Cappadocius, because he was studying death and everything, he recruited back in the days of Carthage, their royal city, like their golden city, where the mortals actually were happy to be embraced and stuff. Cappadocius still didn't really want to embrace many, but he embraced a few to help him. Well, then those other few that he had embraced, on their own, chose to embrace other humans and turn them into vampires. No, it wasn't really disobeying Cappadocius, but it was against Cappadocius' wishes. So now there are these whole clans of Cappadocians where Cappadocius himself, if he'd wished, or if he would have had his way, would have been he and just a couple others. And nobody else would have been embraced. But unfortunately, that's not how it worked out. Female Cappadocian here, and then I don't know if there's one on the other side. Let's just go ahead and attack her. I'm gonna use celerity. See how much faster he attacks, though? He may not hit all the time, but he attacks a lot faster with that. And he runs faster, too.
to the abyss with thee.
I hear, aw, stop running. I'll suck your blood. Alright, how's... So 104, 115. This is one thing with this game is you kind of have to keep checking because it's really easy if you're not paying attention to have other members of your party, for example, run out of blood or health and die, right? So yeah, I've heard of Skyrim. I've not played Skyrim. I've actually played Morrowind and Oblivion, but I never played Skyrim. I don't know, I like the idea of Skyrim, but it's so vast. One big problem playing it is just how much time overall you spend playing it. That said, because I stream, I might at some point play it. What's your blood? You're actually okay. His max is 100. So if I heal... That's alright, because these are 10 each, right? So I'll just do this. Now use max blood again. Yeah, these guys are fine. I don't need to suck him dry, so we'll just attack. Oh, there are 2 of them, though. So let's do this. Let me all one of them, so that he doesn't do anything. Then we'll attack you in the meantime. That didn't last very long. That was a short-lived off. Yeah, that's one thing with these two. So there are a couple things, actually. One, they can resist your discipline initially anyway. And then on top of that, they can break free of your discipline fairly quickly. So just because you've managed to awe somebody, for example, does not mean that you're in the clear. So yeah, it's not terribly dynamic combat, but there are definitely aspects about combat that you have to keep in mind. It's not just super simple. There are things you need to pay attention to, or your guys can die really fast. Everything is in terms of gold coins. So, for example, on that chest, it said there were, I think it might have said, yeah, silver coins when I grabbed it, but it actually converted to gold once I got there. Oh, skull cap, nice. This is additional, let's say. And that's what I have currently, so let's give it to you. You can wear that. That'll increase your resistance as well. I'm surprised Wilhelm starts with, like, pretty much nothing, but I guess it gives you a reason to...
To the abyss with thee.
Why can I not... Can I go down now? Attack. Why... I don't understand why I could not attack them, but okay. Yeah, a lot of these stupid minions.
To the abyss with thee.
More annoying than anything.
To the abyss with thee.
Alright, health is okay, blood is low. Your health is not awesome. You're 120 max? Yeah, so you're okay now. Okay, so he's gonna have to feed. Got another couple of rats. That. Well, yeah, you can't go there. Okay, I couldn't remember for sure. Some of this stuff I would assume has to do with some of their experiments with death. And some of it I really have no idea. Some of it you never find out. There's a rat up there. Oh, can we grab it through the gate? Yep, we can. Okay. Now, we'll have a chance to run away. Man. Stop. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's an unfortunate thing, too. If you get hit while you're feeding, then it will stop you from feeding any further. Oh, come on. Oh my gosh, just die.
To the abyss with thee. To the abyss with thee.
goodness. He's low on blood too. Gosh. So much to manage sometimes. And the fact that he freaking he casts celerity on himself right after he's killed him. Like, what? Why? Why would you ever do that? It's such a waste of blood. That's the AI in this game, so unfortunately. That's 120 health, right? Yeah, so one more. Alright. How stupid AI. Frustrating sometimes. It just, I mean, if it made more sense, just the AI is just kind of screwy. See what all there is to loot in here. Not tons, but a little bit. I think that's about it. I don't think there's any more. Okay, now there's a lever. Where did the lever go? It'll open the bars on those doors where we grabbed the rat before. I don't know where it's like on one of these pillars or something. I can't remember now. Or is it way down? Maybe it's way down there. I can't remember where the lever is. Shoot. So much for this being a walkthrough, right? That's why I said when I first started this that it was only kind of mostly a walkthrough. Some of these things I forget. There are some places where there's like a little panel thing on the floor here too, by the way. Maybe it's out here though. I think it's in here. Oh, dang it. I wish I remembered where it was. The game volume and stuff again. Okay. I always forget that you can actually go up the ramp. You can't go around the sides of the ramp, but you can actually go up the ramp in this room. I always forget that. Yep. Alright. You with me, Wilhelm? I tend to call him William, even though it's Wilhelm. Oh. Hi. You? Okay, is anybody low on blood? Yeah, Wilhelm actually is. Hang on. This. Switch to him. I have you. Here. And charm this Cappadocian. They don't resist. Or resist forever, then apparently you suck. Oh my gosh. Wow. What the frick? Like the impossible to charm.
An earthen floor blankets this room.
Aye, the Cappadocians do bury their newly embraced in a ritual of death.
Is that why I kept resisting? Oh my gosh, you're gonna run out of blood, dude.
Blood! I crave blood!
It's just here.
The hunger is upon me and I must feed.
There we go. Gosh, like 4,000 attempts with blood runs out all completely. I basically go back to the level of blood I had before I tried using awe. Ridiculous. So many times. He's got 120 blood, I believe, so he's going to be down quite a bit. Yeah. He is better than he was. Not by a lot, but a little bit. Alright. Yeah, like, I don't understand what the crap is Cristof trying to do, for example. Why, when I'm actively attacking it, why is Cristof using awe on it? I don't understand. It's so dumb. I don't. The AI just sometimes, I swear. This is why it's important to switch back and forth between characters too. Oh, here. Now drink. Jeez. Yeah, drinking blood also lowers your frenzy. It calms you down, so. Oh my gosh, are you kidding right now? What's your health? Wow. The blood is super low even still. Oh my gosh. He's frenzied. I'm in trouble. Alright. What is this? Health crap. Wow. Serious trouble. Oh my gosh. I have to raise Wilhelm now. As you scroll, even doing what I'm doing, the Scrolls of Awakening are really, really helpful. Really important. Alright, heal yourself. Physician heal. Actually, first, use this. What do you do? Like this? On him.
Blood. I crave blood.
Okay, now, heal yourself. That's the other thing too. If you fail a discipline, like you try using it and it doesn't work, you still spend the blood on it. So that's a thing. All right, we'll just use a couple of these. Okay. Okay, they're both pretty much okay now. Gosh. Do I have more? I think I just had the 3, right? So Wilhelm has one, I think, and then Cristof has one. Another healing salve that we can't use because we are kindred. Wow, that was the first time I was in serious trouble. the string of misses and failed discipline uses, I guess. And then you are low on blood, right? So you will go. No, no, on him. Yep, there you go. Why? Cristof was okay on blood, and now he freaking... I do not understand why they always want to spend blood magic or spend blood on disciplines they don't need to. Oh my gosh, dude. Alright. Always running low on blood because they waste their stupid... The AI says, hey, use a skill. Doesn't care if the skill's actually useful. It just says, use a skill. Apparently. Alright, anyway. Spiked mace. Let's give it to you. 50 strength, yeah. And it's two-handed, so I'm pretty much going to sell that. I'm never going to use that. I don't like using two-handed weapons in this. Give one of these to Cristof. Cristof has... Oh, Cristof has like 3. I'll give that back to him then. You've got 2, 3 also. Well, whatever. Okay, we've got plenty of Scrolls Awakened, so nobody should stay dead. This should open that other door way over, so we go back up this. And then and down. And now this is open. I don't know why I never remember, but I never remember that you can walk up that. Okay. Couple of corpses and a Cappadocian and a rat. Okay. So let's do this. Aw, you. Maybe. No. No. Well, whatever. Okay, now you heal. Stop. Gosh. And your blood's fine. What the frick? Cristof. Ah! Oh my gosh. Get there. More blood. You're almost out of blood. Jeez. Micromanagement is a little bit much, but it's good. I really enjoy the game. I like the story as well as the music. I think the music is amazing. And then I also really like the voice acting and stuff is good too. So anyway. Yeah. So Cristof is still a little bit low, but we're okay overall. No things just lying around. All right. That is one thing in this game is there's not really much that's hidden because it highlights, right? The only reason nothing was highlighting before for me was because, well, there was actually literally nothing to click. And then here, there's... Is it back up above? No, because that goes... Oh, no, that goes down to Monastery 3. Yeah, something else opened up when you click that one. I don't remember. Is it in here? Maybe that's what I was remembering was in here. Something opens. Some other compartment opens, and there's a bone that you use. It's really good on fighting the boss of this mission. Takes him down pretty fast, actually. That's one thing with the Cappadocians, with their whole focus. I wonder if it's either up here or else it's this room up here. I think it might be over here. The Cappadocians have a weakness because they study death so much, and they do so much with death. They actually end up... That's just the switch. So maybe it wasn't in this room. Because they do so much with death, but they're basically, I think it's like their own bones, or maybe it's the bones of like one of their ancestors, like one of their X generations up guys that are in the process of turning. You know, like their sire of their sire of their sire kind of a thing. Anyway, something like that, that basically they have a weakness for that. It actually hurts them more. Where is that, though? That up here? I swear something else opens up, right? Something opens. I don't remember now. Damn. I thought... Alright, I don't know. Well, whatever. Somewhere there's a bone. I don't remember where it is now. No, I don't know. Okay, we'll just go back. We'll just go. I'm not going to keep worrying about it. Might even be in this room, too. So I will check here briefly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it opened this here. That's right. It opens a room. I was thinking it was a little panel, but it opens a room, and then the bone fragment is actually in this room. Okay, who's low on blood? Nobody, really. Okay, let's... You have a little bit higher blood. Let me have you use awe on one of these. Her, since she's coming.
Shroud for thee. Come and wear it.
Alright, never mind. And then, Cristof, you suck. Or maybe. I can't friggin' target her. You can try to grab her without awe, but it's a lot harder, obviously. Yeah, whatever. Now they're both low on blood. God, friggin', whatever. Is he still sucking? Wow. It like took him out of the animation or whatever as if he's sucking blood still. Kill him, Wilhelm. He's like freaking. Are you kidding? Alright, he's okay. He's not bad. You're max blood now, but we'll just do this so he doesn't wake up. Yeah, seriously. Like, that's the big problem. Is I play so many freaking games being a streamer and a YouTuber. I do so much of that that I forget little aspects of individual games. I remember like 90% of them, but there are parts I just don't remember. Alright, you're both pretty much fine on health and stuff, so don't worry about it. Don't need to heal, don't need to find more blood. You're fine. Coins, Vitae. Walk the Abyss, another Walk the Abyss. Here you go, this femur is really helpful against the final boss. So let me do, well, the boss for this mission, I mean. Let's do, that's the problem, is it takes so many spaces. Okay, here. Wilhelm, take this and this. Now, use this. Well, oh, I need a scroll of identify. Crap. Well, I don't think I actually have to identify it to use it though, right? Yeah, I can just use it. I'll find out stats later. So we'll, I'll keep that, and I'll switch to that when we're fighting the final boss of this mission. Well, final boss. There's only one boss in this mission. So when we fight the boss of this mission. Okay, so you can go down here. You could always just go without the femur, but the femur makes it a lot easier. Alright, let's do this in case we die. I don't remember how hard. I don't think he's terribly hard even without the femur. But he is, well, I think he's decently hard without the femur. But with the femur, I think it's almost child's play, so. And scroll blood strength. See, this mission especially, not more than others, but this mission especially is where you really start to get money. Like the first mission, the very first mission you do as a human, you don't really... Okay, anybody need blood? He's healed once. And now, here. Suck him. Suck him! Suck him! Suck him! Jerk. Screw you. Stop. Stop here. Okay, clearly, he's... Oh my gosh. Are you kidding right now? Lasted for like a millisecond. Okay. Jeez. What the crapping? Cristof, where are you using all of your blood? So stupid. I swear this guy. Usually when you switch characters, he'll let go. I was thinking he was going to let go so Cristof could use it, but I guess whatever. Just something you have to get used to in this game, I guess. They just waste so much blood. So much blood, though. Nothing around this corner, I don't think. Or this corner. Oh yeah, there's a skeleton, yeah. Rubies, good to you. Yeah, Mercurio. So Garanold is... So the head of the entire clan is Cappadocius. The head of this local part of the clan, his name is Garanold. And Mercurio is Garanold's, like, second in command. He's the one who stole the fragment from Clan Bruja. Oh my gosh. The higher your ability on a particular skill, like Awe, for example, the less resistance enemies have to it. It's a combination of failing Discipline Awe, like here, and then getting resisted. And you fail less often and they resist less often when you increase your skill. I like the Awe ability because it helps you crowd control. You don't even have to always use it like I'm using it here. I use it a lot. I only try to do this if I'm low on blood, though, right? Generally, it's like whatever. But all right, he's fine. 1-0. Yep, we're good. Okay. But I will often use it for crowd control when it's when you have a bunch of enemies, you have to manage them. Alright, you are not very damaged, nor is he. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, you get some of these older games, you get some of these bugs where you have like mirroring effects like that, unfortunately. Yeah, there are some traps. So that was a flame trap. So if I would have gone straight for that, I would have been hit by the fire and taken damage. What's your... No, you're fine. I was wondering if there was... I don't really know this is going to reorganize it better, though, at all. Okay, so I get like a couple of daggers, maybe, and then some of those items, and then we're full. So we may have to return, leave temporarily, and return just so that we can carry all the treasure from here. That is one thing, but... it is kind of important in this game. Normally, I wouldn't worry about too much, but in a game like this, you often need, at least early on, you need a lot of this money. So, but I think we might, we're getting relatively close. There's Mercurio's door, and then there's here. So I don't know if we're going to need to go back or not. Apparently I'm not doing much damage to her, geez. Wilhelm, get out of my way so I can freaking focus on her. What the crap? Okay. Yeah, vampires as well as like zombies and ghouls also. If you can get a critical, a lot of times they'll take their head off. You take their head off basically, and it kills them. Just like in a lot of other vampire lore, you take the head and they die. Basically the same thing here. Okay, let's go back here. I couldn't remember if we had to go to that area first and then Mercuria or this. Did we get followed? We did. She's dead soon. 85 blood. No, it's fine. Just burn through your blood there, dude. She did not drop anything. Okay. Let's go here first. Locked. Yeah, okay, that's right. I couldn't remember if we... I knew we didn't confront him yet. I couldn't remember if we went in and found a journal where he talked or not. I guess it's just locked. There we go. Nice. So Wilhelm is getting blood up also. I'm gonna be a little down. Cristof's gonna be down a little bit of blood because I have to heal twice, but. Okay, he needs to heal. Kill the stupid skeleton. Alright. Coins. Oh, stop. Coins. Okay, heal. Couple of times. You're both okay. You technically need to heal once. Okay, let's do... I don't really want to get blood. Yeah, we'll just... Well, actually, what's your blood total? Yours is 100. Yours is 120. Yeah. Probably better. Okay, here. Use this. He's a little bit low on blood. Do. Okay, there's Gameranx's chambers. Before we do that, let's go over here. Take care of you. Yeah. Just die. Yeah, see, even there, you're doing like some healing. There we go. Oh, can't see. Too close. In fact, it was a little bit too close there. Nothing there. He dropped some money. Okay. So now, really, I think all we need to do for these last couple, like with the bars here and the bars here, we need to open. Other than that, those two sets of stairs where we can go, I think pretty much we go to Gameranx's room. And I can't remember, but I do think we're going to have to go back and sell. I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to go with what we've got, so we got a little ways to go. Let's go here. And back. Do. Monastery 2. Fortunately, it's not really far to run to get out of the monastery, but then we have little ways to go through town as well, so it takes a while. And there's no fast travel in this game. So this was kind of before fast travel was really a thing. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, this is getting near the end of the stream. I've gone for a couple hours on this. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and just keep going back, and I'm going to sell. And then I'll come back into the monastery and be ready to continue with this next time. So thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Appreciate the support. And I will see you guys next time I stream, or else in other YouTube videos I do, or whatever. Don't forget, of course, that I stream most weekends. So generally, you're going to be able to catch me without too much trouble. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today. So appreciate the support, and I will see you guys in either one of my other YouTube videos, or next time I stream, or whatever that may be. So thanks for watching, and I will see you whenever it is I next see you again. So till next time, I wish you the best in 2018, and I will see you later. Till then.